to another video. So we're going to talk about the episode in the Rugrats where Susie moves into the neighborhood. Susie is my favorite character in the Rugrats series. Her character is very special. I think that's my opinion. Um, I know during the new Rugrats show that came on the Paramount Network, they actually changed Susie's character, and I have an old video that I had which you can watch, and they actually changed the character up of Susie, which I do not like. You can watch that video right here in the link in the description. But hey, we can actually talk about it right now since this is a Susie episode review. So during the Paramount Network Susie episode, um, they actually aged Susie at 2 years old in the new show. In the old 90s show, the one that's currently on right now, Susie is 3 years old, and she's pretty much the talker for the babies. She's pretty much the one that puts Angelica in line. During in the Paramount Network, uh, Susie's actually 2 years old, and she's inferior to Angelica. Angelica is like pretty much all the boss of all the babies, including Susie. So um, I know there was an episode during the Paramount Network episode. Uh, there was a bully kid that wanted to take over the whole playground, and Susie was scared. And guess who came up to the rescue? That was Angelica. If this was like the 90s version of Susie, Susie would have stood up and took charge. That really blowed my mind during the Paramount Network episode. I have my own little take on the Paramount Network Rugrats, which I can talk about later on in a future video. But I just really wanted to get that point across to everybody. I really like the original Susie and her family as well. Like they have a history, in this show. In the Paramount Network episode with Susie, they pretty much just took out all her family, and it's very frustrating to even watch that Rugrats show. I understand they're trying to garner it to a new audience and this and that. I have my own little take on that, but I feel like they should have aged the Rugrats to maybe 30 years old and then have their kids play the new protagonist. If you really wanted to change up the character, that's what you should have done. But they didn't do that. Anyways, let's talk about this episode of the Rugrats. So Susie moves in. She's a new move in. The story starts off with Susie trying to find her room. She thought that her room went missing. And so what she didn't realize is the the moving truck actually had all her furniture. So her and the babies, they went on a little adventure to try to find her room. She got frustrated. She said, "Where is my room?" She could not. Still, Tommy tried to give her pointers like, "Hey, maybe if you go to sleep, we'll be able to find your room." And she looked at Tommy like, "Really, Tommy?" But that was pretty funny. And then, she started to think, "Hey, maybe my room is actually in the moving truck." And I mean, technically it was, but the movers actually moved her room prior to her getting inside that moving truck. And they actually went inside the dresser in the moving truck and went inside there. The movers picked them up, took them to the room, and there it is. Her room was fully intact. She was very happy about it. This is a pretty cool episode, in my opinion. Very basic, but a pretty cool episode. Like just a small little storyline that they put over. She wants to solve this problem. She won't quit until she solves the problem. She's kind of like a Tommy. But I mean, if you haven't had the chance to check out the Paramount Network Rugrats, I do suggest you do so. You know, it's not bad, but it's bad. So if you like my content, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think. We'll see you guys in the next video.